Good morning, students. Welcome back to online class. Today we are going to discuss dimensional analysis. In mechanics, we deal with the physical quantities like mass, time, length, velocity, acceleration, etc., which can be expressed in terms of three independent base quantities such as mass, length, and time. So, the dimension of a physical quantity can be defined as any physical quantity which is expressed in terms of base quantities whose power represents the dimension of a physical quantity, whose power represents the dimensions of the physical quantity. The notation used to denote the dimension of a physical quantity is we have to write within the square bracket. Within the square bracket. For example, inside the square bracket you have to write length, means the dimensions of length. For example, you have to write the square bracket. Within the square bracket you have to write area, means dimensions of area. So, the dimensions of the length can be expressed in terms of the base quantities. The dimensions of a physical quantities we have to write expressed in the base quantities mass, length and time only. So, how we can write the dimensions of the length? So, the dimension of the length can be expressed in terms of the base quantities, or you have to write in the within the square bracket you have to write length. Length is equal to, that is what is the length dimensional formula? This is taken as L. Okay, so we have to write L alone. So there is no mass and the time. So what you have to do, m power 0 and t power 0, it's understood this is L power 1, isn't it? So it should be raised to the powers. Okay, so m power 0, what's the value? 1. What's the value of t power 0? 1, isn't it? So again we have to write what? L only. So the dimensions of length is equal to L. And similarly we can write volume. The dimensions of volume is equal to length into breadth into height. This is the formula, isn't it? If you know the formula, we can write the dimensional formula. Okay, so if we can write here, this is taken as m power 0, and here length, breadth and height, it measures the length only. So we have to write L cube and t power 0. So we have to write here the m power 0 gets a value is equal to 1 and t power 0 gets a value is equal to 1. So we can write the dimensional formula for volume is L power 3. The dimensional formula for volume is what? L power 3. Let us write down the dimensions of a few more physical quantities we can write here. It's a tabular column is given the physical quantity, the expression and the dimensional formula is given here. So, what is dimensional formula and the equations? The dimensional formula is an expression which shows how and which the fundamental units are required to represent the unit of a physical quantity. For example, m power 0 L t power minus 2 is the dimensional formula of acceleration. When the dimensional formula of a physical quantity is expressed in the form of an equation, such equation is known as dimensional equations. So what do you mean by dimensional formula and dimensional equation? Dimensional formula is an expression which shows how and which the fundamental units are required to represent the unit of a physical quantity. That is only called as what? Dimensional formula. What is dimensional equation? When the dimensional formula of a physical quantity is expressed in the form of an equation, such equation only is known as what? A dimensional equations. Now let us see the sum of this physical quantity and the dimensional formula is given in the tabular column. So see the first one, area. First we should know the expression or in the formula. Afterwards only we can write the dimensional formula. Okay. So area. What is the area formula? Length into breadth. So what is the dimensional formula for length? L. What is the dimension for the breadth? L. So L into L, what will come? L square. Okay. L into L is equal to L square. And volume. Volume, what is the volume formula? Area into height. What is the area dimensional formula? L square. What is the height dimensional formula? L. So L square into L, what will come? L cube. Then density. What is the density formula? Mass per volume. So what is the dimensional formula for mass? M. What is the dimensional formula for volume? L cube. So M by L power 3. So L power 3 is shifted to the numerator. It gives M L power minus 3. Then acceleration. So what is the, before that you have to see what is velocity formula. Velocity is equal to displacement by time. So what is the dimension for displacement? L. What is the dimension for time? T. So what is the dimensional formula? L T power L T power minus 1. So this is the dimensional formula for velocity. Now we have to find out the dimensional formula for acceleration. What is the acceleration formula? That is velocity by time. So what is the dimensional formula for velocity? L T power minus 1. L T power minus 1 is divided by dimensional formula for time, T. So T is shifted to the numerator. It becomes minus, isn't it? That is L T power minus 1 into T power minus 1. Powers will be added. That's why we can obtain what? L T power minus 2. Okay. So what is the dimensional formula for acceleration? L T power minus 2. Then for example, we have to write work. So what is the work formula? Force into distance. So already we know the force dimensional formula, M L T power minus 2. And again you have to write the distance. So L is added here. So M L square T power minus 2. Suppose we have to write the impulse. So what is the impulse formula here? Force into time. So what is the dimensional formula for force? The force dimensional formula is M L T power minus 2. What is the dimensional formula for time? Into T. So powers will be added. Minus 2 plus 1 minus 1. So this is the dimensional formula for impulse. M L T power minus 1. I hope you understand how we can write the dimensional formula. Then radius of gyration. It gives the distance only. So the distance, the dimensional formula is L. Okay. It's given in textbook. And frequency. The frequency is nothing but what? The reciprocal of the time period is called as frequency. So we have to write the formula 1 divided by T. So we have to write what? T power minus 1. Like that you have to write the dimensional formula. I hope you understand. If you know the formula, you can write the dimensional formula. Okay. Next we have to move on to dimensional quantities, dimensionless quantities and principle of homogeneity. First we have to move on to, on the basis of dimension, we can classify the quantities into 4 categories. The first one, dimensional variables. Second one, dimensionless variables. Third one, dimensional constant. And fourth one, dimensionless constant. Now let us move on to the first one, dimensional variables. Physical quantities which possess dimensions and have variable values are called dimensional variables. The physical quantities which possess what? Dimensions and have variable values are called dimensional variables. Example, length, velocity, acceleration, etc. Then second one, dimensionless variables. Physical quantities which have no dimensions, but have variable values are called dimensional variables. For example, specific gravity, strain, refractive index, etc. There is no dimension. This is only is called as dimensionless variables, but the values are variables. Then third one, dimensional constant. Physical quantities which possess dimensions and have constant values. It possesses dimensions and how constant values are called dimensional constant. Example, gravitational constant, Planck's constant, etc. And fourth one, dimensionless constant. Quantities which have constant values and also have no dimensions, and also have what? No dimensions are called dimensionless constant. Example, pi, e, numbers, etc. I hope you understand, ma. What are the four categories on the basis of dimensions? The quantities can be classified into four categories based on the dimension. What are they? Dimensional variables, dimensionless variables, dimensional constant, and dimensional less constant. Now let us move on to principle of homogeneity of dimension. It's an important 2-mark question. The principle of homogeneity of dimensions states that the dimensions of all the terms in a physical expression should be the same. The dimension of all the terms in a physical expression should be the same. For example, in the physical expressions, we have to write what? V is equal to U plus 8. Let us consider this example. V is equal to what formula? U plus 8. So, what is the dimensional formula for V? That is a velocity. Lt power minus 1 is equal to U. Initial velocity Lt power minus 1 plus A. Acceleration Lt power minus 2 into time. That's the dimension formula is T. So this is t power minus 2, this is t. We have to simplify. We will obtain Lt power minus 1 is equal to Lt power minus 1 plus Lt power minus 1. So see all the terms, that is all the dimensions of all the terms in the physical expressions will be same only. This is the principle of homogeneity of dimensions. Now let us move on to what are the uses of dimensional analysis. The first unit, to convert a physical quantity from one system of units to another. Check the dimensional correctness of a given physical equation. Establish the relations among various physical quantities. Now let us see the first use, to convert a physical quantity from one system of units to another. This is based on the fact that the product of the numerical values, it is denoted by the symbol is n, and its corresponding unit u being the unit, is a constant. So we have to write n of u is equal to constant, or we can write n1 into u1, this is taken as the unit, is equal to n2 into u2. N of u is equal to constant, otherwise we can write n1 of u1 is equal to m2 into square bracket of u2. Consider a physical quantity which has a dimension a in mass, b in length, and c in time. So the fundamental units in one system we can write m1, L1 and T1. In the another system we have to write M2, L2 and T2 respectively. So we can write this is M1 with the dimension means the physical quantity should be raised to powers. This is only the dimensional analysis is needed. So we can write M1 power A, L1 power B and T1 power C into N1. This will be is equal to M2 power A, L2 power B, T2 power C into N2. So N1 and N2 are we have to take as the what? The numerical values. and the corresponding unit only we have to write what? m1 power a, l1 power b, t1 power c, and m2 power a, l2 power b, and t2 power c. We have to write like this. So we have thus converted the numerical value of the physical quantity from one system of units into other systems. So this is the basic concept of how to convert a physical quantity from one system of units to another. I hope you understand, ma. Now let us discuss first problem related to the dimensional analysis, example 1.12. Convert 76 centimeter of mercury pressure into Newton meter power minus 2 using the method of dimensions. So what is the first use of dimensional analysis? To convert one system of unit into the another system of unit is needed. So we know the centimeter is taken as a CGS unit. So the CGS unit is converted into the SI unit. This is only the question is given. So first you have to write in CGS system the pressure value is given. That is 76 centimeter of mercury level is given. It's nothing but the height of the mercury column is given. In our lower classes you studied already. That is P is equal to what formula you studied? The pressure in the liquid column H rho into G. Already you know this formula is needed. H is taken as the height of the liquid column. It's given in the problem 76 centimeter. And rho is taken as a density of mercury. The value is given 13.6. And G is taken as an acceleration due to gravity. The value is 980 dyne. Dyne is taken as a CGS unit of acceleration due to gravity. So we obtain the CGS system, the pressure value is equal to 76 into 13.6 into 980 dyne centimeter power minus 2. So this value only we are going to convert into the SI unit. The unit is Newton meter power minus 2. So already we know the dimension formula for pressure, that is M, that is a square bracket. It is a symbol for the dimensional formula is needed. So the dimensions of M, L power minus 1, T power minus 2. This is the dimensional formula for pressure. So first we have to take as the, that is the term. First we have to take as the quantity, and also we have to write in the dimensional formula. Is a product only we have to write. So P1 is taken as a pressure in the CGS system. So what is the symbol? P1. So P1 into the dimensional formula we have to write M1 power A, L1 power L1 power B, and T1 power Z is equal to P2. P2 is taken as a pressure in the SI unit. So P2 into M2 power A, L2 power B, and T2 power C. P1 is taken as a pressure in the CGS unit, and P2 is taken as a pressure in the SI system. So what value we are going to calculate? We are going to calculate the P2 value only. I mean we have to find out to the in the pressure P2. We are going to calculate the P2 value. So P2 is equal to a P1 into, first we have to write what are the terms are there. M1 power A, L1 power B, and T1 power C is divided by M2 power A, L2 power B, and T2 power C. So both the dimensional formula we have to take as the same powers only. So we could able to write this one. That is P2 is equal to P1 into M1 by M2 whole power A and L1 by L2 whole power B and T1 by T2 and whole power Z. So already we know P1 is taken as a pressure in the CGS unit. We know this value is given in the problem. P2 is taken as a pressure in the SI system. We are going to convert as needed. So first we have to take as what are the values of A, B, C is compared with the pressure dimensional formula. So what is the dimensional formula for pressure? That is P is equal to M L power minus 1 T power minus 2 is needed. So comparing with the powers, it's understood M L power minus 1 T power minus 2. The number is not given means understood it gets the value is equal to 1 only is needed. So P is equal to M L power minus 1 T power minus 2. Now we have to compare the powers. We obtained the A, B and C values. So A is equal to, we have to compare these two values. So M1 by M2 whole power A is equal to M1 power 1. So the powers will be compared. So what is the value of A? A is equal to 1. So A is equal to 1 and B is equal to minus 1 and C is equal to minus 2. Now we have to write what are the units for the masses, length and time we have to write. So M1 is taken as a mass in the CGS unit. The unit of mass is 1 gram. Already we know, isn't it? So let us consider as a unit values and M2 is taken as the SI unit. The unit is 1 kilogram. And similarly we have to write the length. The L1 is equal to 1 centimeter and L2 is equal to 1 meter. And time T1 is equal to 1 second. And T2 is equal to 1 second. In the CGS scale and also in the SI unit, the unit of time is second only. So the M1, L1, T1 is taken as a CGS unit. This unit only is converted into the what unit? The SI unit. Okay. Now you have to substitute the known values in this equation. So in this equation, so we obtain P2 is equal to P1 into M1. What's the value of M1? M1 value is given 1 gram is divided by M2. What's the value of M2? 1 kilogram whole power A. What's the value of A? A gets a value is equal to 1. Okay. Now we have to write the L1 and L2 values. L1 is equal to 1 centimeter is divided by L2 is equal to 1 meter whole power B. What's the value of B? Minus 1. And we have to write the T1 and T2 values as T1 is equal to 1 second and T2 is equal to 1 second. What's the value of C? C is equal to minus 2. Or you understand this step now? P2 is equal to P1 into 1 gram by 1 kilogram whole power 1 in 1 centimeter by 1 meter whole power minus 1 and 1 second by 1 second whole power minus 2. Now we have to convert to the gram into the kilogram because we are going to convert the CGS system to the SI system only. So already we know that is 1 kilogram is equal to, or we have to take as 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram. Already we know this value, isn't it? Or we could able to write 1 kilogram is equal to what? 10 power 3 gram. So we could able to convert the gram into the kilogram. So the 10 power 3 is shifted to the right hand side or in the left hand side. So what will come? 1 by 10 power 3 kilogram is equal to 1 gram. This 10 power 3 is shifted to the numerator term. It gives 10 power minus 3 kilogram is equal to 1 gram. Are you understand? So 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram. And we have to convert 1 gram to the kilogram unit only. So 1 gram is equal to 10 power minus 3 kilogram. And similarly we could able to convert to the 1 centimeter. The centimeter scale into the meter scale also. That is 1 centimeter is equal to 10 power minus 2 meter. That and all you study in the lower classes. Isn't it? 1 centimeter is equal to 10 power minus 2 meter. And 1 gram is equal to 10 power minus 3 kilogram. It is substituted in this dimensional analysis places. It gives P2 is equal to P1 into 1 gram. 1 gram is equal to 10 power minus 3 kilogram is divided by kilogram. So what we are doing here, we are converted only the CGS scale to the SI unit. So kilogram, both are having the same units. And next 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 power minus 2 meter is divided by 1 meter into 1 second, whole power minus 1 into 1 second is divided by 1 second whole power minus 2. Okay. Here also 10 power minus 3 kilogram by kilogram. A gets a value is equal to 1. Okay. Now you have to substitute the what is the value of P1. Already the problem is given. So P2 is equal to P1. P1 is equal to, that is 76 into 13.6 into 980. This unit is taken as a 9 centimeter per minus 2 into a 10 power minus 3. isn't it? The kilograms afterwards we have to write in the unit. So 10 power minus 3 into, here this taken as 10 power minus 2 whole power minus 1, isn't it? So it is in the format of a power m the whole power n, isn't it? So the powers will be added. Here it's multiplied, here a power m1 format only. So minus into minus, what will come? That is taken as the plus 2 only. So we could able to write 10 power 2. And here also this is taken as the unit is taken as 1 power whole power minus 2. It comes for the second power minus 2 only. So we could able to write the unit is kilogram power 1, that is meter power minus 1 and second power minus 2. It is multiplied and simplified. We will obtain the answer as P2 is equal to 1.01 into 10 power 5. The unit is taken as Newton meter power minus 2.